Hello everyone, this is Aarolei from the Crystal Chronicles Podcast. Today I'm here to commentate on the event Storming the Citadel, aka the Firion LGBT Lufenia. I'm here to showcase my boy Firion, who, oh my gosh, he made me pity for his LD. He had a steep price. Anyway, before I begin, I just want to remind you guys you can always catch us live on the podcast on Twitch, live at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Thursdays. Of course, anytime you can catch us on YouTube or your favorite podcasting app. Along with that, I just want to remind you guys to please hit that like, subscribe button if you like what you see today. And if you're already a follower, thank you so much for your continued support. With that said, you guys have seen my team here. I got a Firion, I've got a Rim, I've got a 9, and I've got a Cloud friend. My good friend, some called me Brian. And you can see his YouTube channel there. Go check him out if you have the time. Anyway, let's get right into it. Okay, so I just want to bring up a few things about this boss. So this is the Argent Officiant boss. You might recognize this boss from Agrius's Lost Chapter. Now there's been some changes done on this boss for this Lufenia. One of the main things that's changed is the Globated Crush attack is now a plus version that hits all party members with AoE full damage. So whatever the brave count is at, that's what you're getting hit with on the full party. So you have to make sure you are consistently allowing yourself the chance to reduce the brave count as low as possible when they are in the air, when they are getting ready to do the Globated Crush Plus attack. Now, they also have attacks on the ground, as you just saw with Flare Star there. That is one of the ground HP attacks. There's another one called Spear Arts that will also do a single Brave Magic hit attack and then follow up with HP damage. So that one is not so scary, but I don't like any of these moves. A lot of their moves on the ground are high turn rate, so that is something to keep in mind, to be careful not to, or to have characters that can follow up very quickly, if need be, against what the bosses are doing. So, as you can see, now they're floating in the air and they gain quite a lot of brave, but they are actually weak to some, they get weaker to range attacks. So, any range attack will do a lot more damage once they are in the air. There you go, there's that Spear Art attack I told you about. But since I have 9 shields up and I've also stacked some attack down with my Bahamut summon and my Firion's Vortex at Arms debuff drain weapon, it's not hurting as bad as it usually would. So we're going to go ahead and swap over to Firion. And I'm going to seize attack B right there, because I don't like him having all that brave. There we go. Now we're going to Siphon Delta. So I have actually done this team without using the BT effect, but since this is a Firion showcase, my friends, I will be using the BT effect today. There you go, there's that Globated Crush Plus. Disgusting, right? It missed, so you can use characters like Kimari to actually dodge it. I'm going to activate Weapon Master anyway, even without it having as much overflow, because I just want to get it out of the way and heal him back up. Okay, so at this point, I will go ahead, back over here to my boy, and we're going to activate another Primal Roar. And on this one, I'm just HP attack. So the orb actually for this Lufenia does not appear until we reach the under 80% mark. So once they're at 79%, that's when they're going to activate their orb for the first time. There's actually 2 spots in this fight where they will activate the orb. The orb will stay until I believe they reach under 50% or so. And then I think it comes back one final time at another point. I don't remember the exact specifics. We'll get there when we get there, and then I'll talk about it. Okay, next we will go back over here. We'll call my friend 9, and we're going to go ahead and use one of our White Knights. And next I will follow up with Whirling Lance Boss. I actually didn't know this, but Nine's armor got into the high armor shop, and I was just flipping through there getting Firions, and I wanted to see, I noticed some other characters. I was like, I don't remember those guys being in there. I keep going down, and I see Nine's armor in this shop, and I feel really dumb not noticing it before. So I bought that sucker because it's a Unity armor like Kuja has, and those are pretty useful. I also, of course, bought Firions, which is actually my first support armor I've bought. Now, that's okay, because you get what your faves, whatever they are. Even if it had been probably the what is it called, the Brave Game armor one, I probably still would have bought it, honestly, because it's a fave. Alright, I'm going to activate here at this point. And I will do this for Rim, because she'll pass around some additional Brave. Now, there are a lot of options for this orb, thankfully. So, you have options such as 9, as you see here. You have Kimari, you have Desh, you've got Rude, you've got Renoa even. There's a lot of options here for this orb. And that's absolutely awesome, because that means you don't have to pull for somebody you might not really give much of a poops about. And don't try. You can't fool me. Most of you guys are not big hardcore FF2 fans. Most of you. So I can totally understand not wanting to pull for Firion, not being exactly hyped for Firion, and it's fair, and that's okay. I have characters I don't like that are actually extremely popular, so I have, you gotta be fair. Alright, so let's go ahead and activate Siphon Delta. We'll use a Primal Roar at this point. Oh, actually, I'm going to see if I can get another. Ooh, that's not going to happen, so we're going to actually activate Kier here for the party. And at this point, I'm going to use my Vortex at arms. That extra range damage really coming clutch on that little spot there. I think I forgot to put the LD back on for several turns there with Firion too. I feel kind of dumb. Oh well. Makes for good entertainment, I guess. Alright. I'll actually go to Firion here. And we're going to use Seize Attack on one of these. Oh wait, actually this is a little bit better. Those big Brave games are really scary in the air, aren't they? Let's activate Siphon Delta. That's kind of why I brought the Yuri call, just in case I felt like I couldn't deal with one of the attacks. Rim will be able to use Yuri call to help out for one time. But I'm wanting to get him down to that 50% mark before I do that. Okay, so I have 3 of those left. No. Okay. Now the big next thing is the 50% mark, and I will discuss that as we get in just a moment, what will happen once we get there. So when we get to 50%, the bosses go into the floating levitating mode that you see on A here, and they'll gain a whole bunch of Brave again like usual, and on top of that, at that point, they will also add a bunch of their buffs like how they would in the Agrias Lost chapter. So yeah, have fun with that. If you can't shave the damage in time, because they also have that huge defense buff, You can use Gravity Shave to help. You can also, of course, just negate the damage with like somebody like Beatrix's Paladin's Protection, Nine's White Knight buff, Reno's debuff from Pyramid will also protect you. But make sure you use Pyramid after they're in the air, because they also, of course, always remove all their debuffs at that 50% mark. So, framed or not. So just be aware of that. And alright, they're down at 58% now. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and use my Blood Weapon Plus here. Yeah, all HP attack. So we're going to eat another Flare Star here. Boom. Ow. Those all attacks generally are going to be either Flare Star or the Globated Crush Plus. The other thing I don't like about that, like I said, I think I might have mentioned it, the ground attacks, they're all pretty much high turn rate. Like Tri-Element there, hate that freaking skill, man. But thankfully I've got room to override those debuffs. So at this point, I am going to activate White Knight a little early because we're almost at that 50% mark anyway. And now I will go ahead and also high jump this turn. Nothing special. Gotta watch kind of on the skill uses there with my boy 9. Alright, and now I'm going to activate Siphon Delta. So I'm not really sure why, for the purposes of the orb with Siphon Delta, that Rim only heals like, it counts for 1. I thought it was a party heal, but it might not be like I thought. Okay. Yeah, it is what it is at that point. Let's go ahead and use Whirling Lance Plus. As you just saw with that 50% mark, one of them did go up in the air and added a bazillion buffs. I'm going to wait it out though. And I will swap over to my boy 9. And we're going to Primal Roar again. That one will be protected against, and as you can see, 9 will get another turn shortly so we can protect against the other one. Nice. We'll get a very big fat bit of damage off of this laser lance, hopefully. And there you go, we're done with that very scary portion of the battle. Alright. And now I'm going to go ahead and activate this Vortex of Arms again. Alright, yeah, we're about to activate my Cloud Friend here. Once those buffs are gone from A over there, we're gonna go ahead and then we're gonna summon out the BT effect. Yeah. Oh, yay. Okay. I was a little worried he was going to get broken there, but I have to remember I have minus 30% attack with the Firion debuff from Drain Weapon and Bahamut. So now, with all the buffs gone and everything, we can go ahead and start planning for that burst effect. I gotta knock B's Brave down anyway, so this won't be a big deal. So he'll take a lot more damage while in the air from all these range attacks I'm gonna deal. Okay, and honestly with Firion's rotation on burst, there's really no like best rotation. It's just use all your skills. And that you can use the AA even in this case because he actually does do a Brave plus HP attack on it. So, hey, why not? And I'll just go backwards on these skills here. Because it's really not going to matter for the most part unless you're setting up, you think you're going to be able to set up for launch, or you need to heal really quickly back over 50% so you can have the plus versions of your skills. Those are pretty important things. Okay, and then I'll go over here and hit A. And I will hit B over here with my BT effect. And I just cannot believe, I don't know who on the dev team decided to give Firion, you know, this very gorgeous costume, which is an alternate design of, you know, the Amano arts, and just these wonderful animations, utilizing all of those weapons that Firion knows how to use because he is the ultimate weapon master. It just makes me happy that somebody on the dev team went out of their way to do that. To go, yeah, you know, that guy, let's make him good. Like, let's make him actually really cool and fun to play, finally. Like, people should be excited to play him if they get him. Is he a must-have? Definitely not. But is he fun to have? Oh, yes, definitely. We're going to go ahead now in the summon. We're going to activate this lovely blood weapon plus try to get that splash damage in there. So I think it's interesting that they picked Cloud and then go to Firion right afterwards, because it's like, oh, so we have two different kinds of utility characters with their LDs going on. Like Cloud's more of a Swiss Army knife of utility where you have some paralyze, you have some launch, you have some delay. Where Firion's more like, hey, I'm like a chameleon. I can take any sort of spot in your team depending on your strategy and take advantage of that. So you can build all the way around him if you want to, or you can choose to go a different route and build him as a second slot character, you know, sort of a healer and battery character, or, you know, just somebody to fill in that last third slot. You're just not sure who to play. I know, I'll just play Firion, and you can't really go wrong with that choice. And on top of that, he's really good for different kinds of strategies than maybe a Cloud would be, because he has the follow-ups now. So for example, you can pair Firion with somebody like Gao or Gladio or 8, and that's just a whole team on its own, you know. And then of course you can also use his iBrave auras to help somebody maybe like Warrior of Light, who will benefit greatly from any extra iBrave you can give him. And hey, Kieran's already a great choice, but you always are lacking a healer or a really strong one. Now you've got a decent one that you can pair in your boy Firion. So I like that. I think it makes him very interesting now. He's always kind of been the second or third choice party member, but now being able to have the option to go first, to be a first party member, is very cool, and it makes me very happy. Since I lost my cure buff stuff there, I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Alright, and I will activate the blood weapon. Alright, my boy is back. Okay, so with that, we will activate Primal Roar just to get those shields back up. Oh, I think only Rem was missing it. That's fine. It's not a big deal. We're almost done. we'll activate the last one of these because I just want to make sure I use all my LDs, and you know, it's kind of nice to battery the team and get this powered up for the next hit. Activate Weapon Master. From here, it's just pretty much watch the orb, make sure you're healing, and you will be fine. Make sure, the only other thing that's kind of tricky is you do got to beat this one in 80 turns. So, can't do that. We'll activate Vortex of Arms for the final time. And this should pretty much break him. So there you go. Thunder Spear. But thankfully, he didn't get the high turn rate, it looks like, off of that. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and hit A with this. We're almost finished. Okay, so if you don't kill them both at the same time, you just saw what happens. But I think we will be okay, because we're going to go ahead and give my boy all he needs to do max damage on these final couple hits. There you go. And that's pretty much it. We're done on turn 67. I can't believe the Rim 9 combo still is going pretty strong, because it's not my first time using those two in a fight. Anyway, I'm very happy when I get to use characters I enjoy using for Lufenia or Chaos Battle or anything. And I gotta say, I'm very happy with what Firion's got. Will he be uber meta? No, probably not. But can I say he's a bad character? Definitely not either. And I'm very excited that he is back off the bench once more, showcasing, and I'm glad to have showcased how strong he can be in a battle. Anyway, so thank you guys so much for watching. And if you haven't yet, please hit that like and subscribe button and that notification bell so you never have to miss another one of my videos again. And till next time, guys, this is Aarolei signing out. You guys stay cool. Have fun.